This is Henk Akkermans and this is Smart Asset Management, Lecture 1, Section 1, the Introduction. Smart Asset Management. What are we talking about? What you see on the screen here is a picture of the Earth. The Earth as seen while hovering around the Moon. The picture is old, goes back to 1968. Made by one of the astronauts on Apollo 8. They just had a few minutes to do it. When those astronauts came back to Earth, they were changed as a person, not in a science fiction sense of way, but in a very fundamental way. A book was written about how they were changed. It's called The Overview Effect. And what the astronauts describe is that when they were looking at the whole Earth from this distance, they could see how small and fragile it really was, and how they could hold it in their hand, and that all conventional things like different boundaries, language, money, power, etc., seemed to be less important than having this very fragile asset and keeping it safe. There were no longer any distinctions. So this overview effect is also, I think, what is needed in our asset management. And that's the topic of this course, its theme at least. So why? Well, for us as teachers, there's a societal need. I really believe that without smart asset management, our society will simply end. We will not be able to keep up our civilization in a sustainable way. That sounds really big. It gets really practical. Educationally speaking, this is an important but so far relatively not well-known topic. Certainly not in the business schools where I am teaching. Academically, there is no integrated business text yet, so if you want to teach this subject, you can't pull out an existing textbook off the shelf. And personally, I just like to develop a new teaching material. For you, as somebody who's looking at this, well, this is a topic in which you can combine two things that people tend to like. You can make a decent living because this is a scarce skill and one that is worth some money. And at the same time, you can save the planet. Well, the best of both worlds. So it's a new area, lots of employment opportunities. And also, it is a field which is very much in development, so you can also make a change there. This is not a field in which things will stay the same for the next 20, 30 years. What are the topics then? Well, we return to those in of course, the whole rest of the course. But here you see a nice, colorful overview of them. So at the core is a new way of conducting maintenance, of making sure that stuff keeps working, and it's called condition or risk-based maintenance. That's a fundamentally different way of taking care of assets than what we've been doing so far. It's orange because this is an engineering type of topic, such as also design for maintenance and degradation models. Those are two fields, two techniques to actually turn data about an asset into knowledge so that you can actually make the right decisions. There's lots of IT also possible and needed for that. There is smart sensors that tell you much more about what the topic is doing. There's big data. There is on the workflow side, there is 3D, there is virtual reality. There are mobile solutions using tablets or the Google Glasses or just your good old mobile phone. And there is integration of lots of separate IT systems. There are also blue topics, and they are more the economical, the managerial, the business ones. There's a portfolio management, KPI dashboards, performance-based contracts. So these things have a number. They have a number because that's the ranking that they had In a Delphi study, they'll be talking about more, but all these different topics, all these 14 topics, will be discussed in this course. How do we do that? Well, that's this introduction plus 14 topics. That's 15 video lectures by me. We'll follow those top 14 innovation priorities from World Class Maintenance, WCM, and the Delphi study that was conducted by WCM in 2017. We will use roundtables that we also originally used for this Delphi study, but that we'll now do again, and that we will record to get you more perspectives even on different topics. And we will publish these as YouTube videos, so that you can have a look at them. Those roundtables, by the way, again, the 14 topics are leading. The World Class Maintenance is a Dutch association of innovative companies, both public and private, that work on indeed innovation in asset management, on smart asset management. They're hosted by me. But usually I know somebody else from the university who knows more about the specific topic than I do, so that's our expert counselor there then. Again, we will publish those as YouTube videos, and you can access those via www.worldclassmaintenance.com, the website of World Class Maintenance. Who are teaching? Well, that's me, Henk Akkermans. I'm a professor of supply chain management and the director of the World Class Maintenance Foundation. Industrial engineer by training. Originally, I have a master's in information management. That's me. And there's Roland van der Kerkhof, PhD. One of my PhDs, as I record, is still a candidate, but well, the date is fixed for his defense. Also an entrepreneur, also a project leader of World Class Maintenance, and by training, again, an industrial engineer. That's Roland. So, let's see what we can do here.